ask her how she managed to monetize the skills that she acquired other than the journalist certificate or degree that you have. So that you have so many skills that you have like on your CV, and you're making money from these. So how did you manage to monetize this? Because it's something that is not easy, so to say, because we're used to buying clothes and selling them, buying stuff like products, hey? Right. So how did you manage to monetize your blogging, your writing, your singing?
I would say your company matters.
Okay.
The people you keep around matter, because part of everything you do is correlated to who you listen to on a day-to-day basis. If you only have people who look at your skill as that's really they're always throwing the negative vibe at you, they play as a big obstruction or could be so distracting. So how did I monetize? I had people around me that believed in me. I had people around me that told me, girl, you got this. I had people around me that told me, do you know what you're doing is unique? Or if it's not unique, there's enough room for everyone to try.
That is true.
So one reason I owe it to my Seco. Hi, Seco.
Shout out to the Seco.
Shout out to the Seco. Those guys played a huge role. I'll tell you, I've not spent so much time with my family in a long time, but the friends around me have played the acquired family has played this role in helping me understand my whatever I do is not ordinary. They keep pushing me. Do you know the times I'm irritated? I don't want to carry on. I'm throwing my hands in the air. I'm throwing the towel at the top, but they're telling me, girl, you got this. Girl, go for it. Sometimes they even irritates me for reminding me about the right thing. Literally. Like, can't you guys just leave me to lazy around? So the first way I would say I got to put it out there until I get a penny is I got the motivation that I got this. I got the motivation that I'm able to do it. There are other people doing it, but my unique finger blueprint has a touch that can make a difference. Then if you understand that atmosphere, your head is higher. So you do not look at the bottom where the competition is so much and there's so much bad energy. You look at the top where people want to collaborate, where people want to bring something that is different to the table. So it gets easier there. You see opportunities where everybody's seeing a sharp door. So because of the motivation around me, I saw opportunities that were open to me. I had the very circle, whether it was the work circle, whether it was my acquired family recommending me to some people. I'm a freelancer somewhere and I was recommended. We've never met with the person. The person is based in another country and I'm in Zambia. And my friend still said, hi, do you know this person is doing this? Could you come on board? I was like, oh, so these people believe I can put something. And that's how come, that's how come it got there. So you can't see the need of getting money out of what you do if you do not have people that appreciate you and if they don't make you believe in yourself before they can believe in you. Yeah. So who is around you? What are they telling you? Do you believe in yourself? Do you want to carry on even when it doesn't feel like it? That way you understand the need to go on and money will be brought to the feet.
Nice. That when did that first paycheck come in? From which angle? Was it the singing career you were into or the blogging?
Let me check. The singing came in first.
The first paycheck coming from the singing?
Yes, the singing came in first, and obviously when it came, it didn't look like, hey, I'm being paid. It felt like, oh, okay, there's need to appreciate me. And that's how it starts. I'm sure that some of you who feel some people have given you a little something. They're trying to remind you that what you're doing is worth the little something.
The value that you're bringing to the table.
Literally. So they brought in and it didn't feel like, okay, wait, there's needs for this, but then that was an eye opener. So the singing came in first.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wasn't singing visually, so I would say the team has been together for that.
So you sing as a team?
I used to back at school, but now I'm just the belows. And the singing isn't much that I've paid attention to because now I'm just like, okay, let me do work. And then freelancing as well. The writing is paying me mostly lately because the singing hasn't been much. But you write up your home, you do up work. Thank God for Corona for one reason. You can be home and you can still do it for others who are losing around.
No, that's true.
Yeah, that is so true. And also, before we jump on the value part and the paying part, how do you But then when it comes to freelancing, I know it's a lot of you, right? And how do you just maintain the value of your work without? Because some people want to pay you 10 kwacha for work that's worth 1,000. So how do you just stand your ground and say, okay, my work is worth this much? No, no pay for this.
Let's call a spade a spade. As long as you're in Zambia, media is on rocks, guys. It is on rocks. But know the person who is asking you to freelance.
Yeah.
And talk to them like they also understand that you need to thrive on the very little pennies that they are providing. So of course, if I walk into a certain place where they're going to give my work that is of value, less value, and settle for it, I'll do accordingly. But then if I'm going to sit and retaliate in the most polite way to say, hey, if you pay me a 10 kwacha, it's only transport from where you are to my home. They've got to understand that at the end of the day, I need more than that.
Yes.
So how did I keep up the value? Understanding who is bringing me up for the contract and making them realize, hello, this is a way I'm sourcing out the delivery. So pay attention to this at least with regards to the fact that I'm writing, because there are many other people writing there. So talk about it. Don't be fearless. Talk about it. You're putting in energy, you're putting in effort. You're not doing that for free. You're using your mind. So talk about it in the most polite way. Yes, talk about it in the most polite way, because the day that she's writing is the same day that you're writing. But how is my day supposed to pay me more? So to the person, put it out there and tell them, okay, I need this. And so if I need this, you've got to respect the fact. If they don't respect your value, leave.
Welcome to Tuntu Talk Show. I'm your host, Label. Joining us today on the show is somebody very interesting. She's an entrepreneur. Let me just say she does a lot of stuff. So before we get into that, I'll give her a chance to just process support, make sure she gets everything into the right order. And this show is sponsored by Wakanda Coffee. It's a coffee which is new on the market, but quite popular. So without any further ado, let's go right into it. Welcome.
Thank you so much, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for finding time. So people know you, Musikanji, but we understand there's a lot behind this beautiful face we see, the beautiful pictures we see on social media. And so just tell us a little bit more about you, what you do, the business you're into.
Okay, yeah. I'm a very simple person. Musikanji is something that I would love to call a brand. My name is Prudence Nakamba Musikanji Kafaki.
Okay.
And I have a lot of names, so just to make things easy and simple for everyone, we said, okay, let's go with Musikanji as a brand. So this person you're seeing here is a mom, a mother of three, very awesome little human beings. I call them my cadets. They cheer me, everything that I do, they're there. Yeah. So I call them my cadets. Apart from that, a teacher by profession. Yeah, I have a bachelor's degree in business studies with a minor in education. So away from that, I am an entrepreneur. With time, I chose to call myself a hustlepreneur because my life revolves around hustle. Of course, we have seen the way we have tried to grow the brand, the hustle. And it's not something that just grew overnight. It's something that came with, efforts. That should show you that I'm someone who's good at marketing. Yeah. So in a nutshell, I'm a mom, I'm a marketer, I'm an educated woman, and I'm from the streets as well. Because I hustle.
A bunch of so many.
I just have to survive. I always say this, I love money. I love money. If someone was to tell me, okay, can clean my eyes, do this, I would definitely do it because I love money. If something is giving me money, I definitely give it my best. That's very nice.
Oh, it's good. Thinking about money and how much you love it. You mentioned something very interesting. You say you do anything, you bring someone's pocket. I mean, that's very humbling for someone to actually consider doing that, but because she loves money, that's something very inspiring to say. She can take up literally anything so long as it's an income.
And it's not something that I'm just going to say I can do it, but something that I've done.
Okay?
Yeah. So way back when I was in college, we used to do landscaping with my friends. And we go like design the house, we slash, trim the flowers, do literally anything that involves landscaping, and we get money out of it. So it's something that I've done before. It's not something that I'm saying I can do, but it's something that I've done before. Yeah. So when I say I love money, I mean it to the core.
I like that. So let me take it back again to social media. You're very known and big on social media. You're known for your brand, the t-shirts you do, the shirts. You're just everywhere. So how did you start that business? What motivated you?
It still comes back to there's an equation that starts with you identify a need. How are you going to come up with a solution for that thing that you want? Definitely hustling is something that you need to do day in, day out. So the hustle came up because of the love for hustling. The when you look around, we see people that are doing different things, the people that are selling.
Yeah.
Our life revolves around hustling. So that's why it was even easy for the brand to sell, because it's a daily thing. Even you sitting here, definitely you're not just going to get a couple of dollars payment. It's money at the end of the day. So with time, it comes back to social media. Of course, people came to know about this Mizu Kanji because of everything that happened, which I call negative on social media.
Yeah.
But then, out of that negative, I looked at something positive and said, instead of just sitting in the house depressed and crying about things, why not grab this opportunity? Because everyone is there talking about Mizu, everyone is there wanting to know what is going on with Mizu. And that was an opportunity to actually grow the brand even bigger, because the brand was there even before. Yeah. So I think with time, people have associated me with hustling. People have associated me with the brand hustle. But trust me, the brand would have died a long time ago if myself was not an example of the brand itself.
Yeah.
I'm a hustler, and I'm proud of myself. Even the times that I would wear, a hustle T-shirt, I would tell myself, okay, I'm a real definition of a hustle. So it is, the brand is also growing on its own, but as an individual, I'm also, working on myself separately. Why do I say that? Because I'm doing other things away from the hustle brand, of course. Just a few months ago, I did something that I had to challenge myself. I sat and there was an opportunity that came up because I'm with a company as well that I'm working with. And an opportunity came up where they needed drivers. And I asked myself, okay, because most of the times I'm stressed out, most of the times I'm depressed, and that's how I handle my, when I have got so much pressure, I just put fuel and then I take a drive, I feel better. Wow. So I said, okay, why don't I just take this opportunity, I explore, and then, it was an experience. I remember sharing it with my dad, and my dad was one of the person, may so rest in peace. My dad was one type of person that I would tell anything, even when I was having issues with relationships and everything.
Yeah.
He's a man that I would, tell stuff. He would even advise, okay, you can do this. Anything that is happening, you would, confide in him, he would give advice. And that particular day, I told him, I said, I think I'm going to take up this opportunity. And then he laughed. He said, Mwache, walikuishwa ku Tanzania.
Oh, you traveled that far?
Yeah. So he said that peso kapa kuna kangawekana mbasi. He laughed very much. Kuna kangawekana mbasi. And we laughed about it. And like a joke, I took up that. So now I am also a driver, a female driver. And I think the longest distance I did, I drove from the port to Kariakoo in Tanzania to Lusaka.
Think about
Alone.
Talking about being a female driver, I feel most people look at it as something which is built for men, as a career strictly for men. But here you are, not just beautiful, but a well-spoken, educated, beautiful woman who has taken up that opportunity to actually just do a job which a man is doing, can do, but encourage somebody out there, because some of these careers, they are deemed to be strictly for men and not for women.
If you keep limiting yourself
Yeah.
as a woman,
Mhm.
there's so much that you will not do. There's so
That's
much
true.
that you will not achieve.
That's true.
Because when you look at how a woman is built and how a man is built, I don't see the difference when we're out there hustling. What a man can do, a woman can do as well. And it still brings me back. I once had an argument where I said, I love money. And someone says, okay, money is the root of all evil. Then I said, okay, that's with you. But for me, I feel I love money to an extent that I will not choose that this job is for a man. I will not choose that this job is. It was quite an experience. Even when I sit and, I have conversations with my son, I'll tell him, do you know where I was? And he said, no, mommy, I don't know. Tell me about it. How is it? Then I was like, okay, of course, as a mother, I have to exaggerate sometimes.
Yes.
I passed through the national park, there were lions.
Make it interesting.
What? I make it interesting.
Yes.
And then the boy will just be there. Oh, okay, mommy, that's how far you went. Then you say, yes, I even saw the ocean. I went as far as the port. It was an experience for me. Even when I'm raising, because I'm also a mother, I'm raising kids in the house, and then they are learning by, what I'm doing, how I carry myself, how I'm able to provide, how, that is also something like when a child looks at it, you say, okay, I think mom is trying their best. And I think even if I was to die today, my kids will still remember me for a lot of things, especially hustling. Even when I asked my daughter, what do you want to do? She said, okay, I want to be a hustler, but then I also want to be a doctor.
Wow, she's understanding what
Yeah.
what hustling means.
Yes, so she understands pretty well, and I'm raising my kids like that. So for people who would come up and say, no, I can't do this because this is for guys. I don't know who came and said, okay, these jobs are for guys and these jobs are for girls. But if you're out there and want to make something out of yourself, I think it's high time you stop focusing on saying, okay, I'm a girl. And there are certain situations where you find someone says, I cannot do this because I'm educated. I cannot do this particular type of a job because I've been to college. I graduated with high grades, and how are people going to look at me if they find me in the streets?
That's very true.
Have been to school as well, but life out there is tricky. You choose, it's either you hustle or you beg. I think I would rather be hustling than begging. So the moment we start brushing off that mentality where you say, because I'm educated, this I can do, I'm educated, this I cannot. From the time I graduated, I have never used my degree. I have never applied for a job using my papers. So that should actually tell you something. There's so much out there that you can survive on, apart from that paper that you're going to depend on. And of course, being educated has its own advantages. It has its own advantages, but how you apply the knowledge that you acquire there in society is something different. There's something that I can boast about. I'm good at marketing. I'm very, very good at marketing. I'm a good marketer. And from marketing, I think I have done quite a number of things, quite a number of, I'm not rich. I'm struggling, but,
At all.
this is where I am is not where I want to be. But I'm in a better place, but I'm not saying I'm rich. No.
You're satisfied. Not
Yes, okay, I'm there. Yeah.
You're
So, yeah.
Yes.
So,
No, just say it. It's okay. Just say it. She's comfortable. She is.
yeah, so okay, yeah. Where I am now is not where I want to be, but it's because of the input, the hard work that I put in. Each morning I wake up, I tell myself, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do that. Sometimes when I sit at the end of the month, I just think to myself, I have got not less than 12,000 expenses in a month. because I've got over 3 households, mine inclusive, that I need to cater for. I've got rentals somewhere else. I've got projects that I need to run. I've got fuel. I've got kids that love to things. So for me, it has really, the motivation as well has been, seeing my family, my kids, people that's around me, and what they expect from me.
Yeah.
So that also gives me, the energy, the morale to just get up and work hard. Imagine if I was to sit and say I'm waiting for the government to employ me,
It would take a long time.
it would actually take a long time. Maybe if I died a bit and then resurrected when
Oh
the
my
government
goodness.
employs. Because
Is that
in
what-
between, before the government can employ you, and you have to survive. Okay, you have to eat, you have to look good, you have to smell good.
Before you can even go and actually apply.
Yeah.
There's a life before that.
You also need some points to
Yeah.
photocopy papers and certify papers here and there. So if you are just going to sit and say, because I'm educated, this I can do, because I'm educated, this I cannot try,
Yeah.
it's actually very unfortunate. Money is nice. I'm telling you.
I mean, we all have money. Who doesn't love money?
Money is very nice. Yeah.
Wow. I feel you've actually shifted what we know as a country to be someone who is very open-minded, very social. By open-minded, I feel you're someone who is very, you take up any opportunity that comes your way, like you've said. So long there is money involved, you take it up. And that's what most people don't realize to say. And if you mentioned something very interesting to say, people would actually look down on opportunity because they feel they've gone to the university, they've got a college paper, they've got a university degree, so I cannot do this thing. But she's made it very clear to say it doesn't matter, so long it's being sustainable to you, you're good to go. So before we get more of Muzukanji, let's see you on the flip side. And we are back. It's been interesting. I've learned a lot. I've been inspired. Muzukanji is so much more than actually what we see on social media. She's a list of things, interesting list of things, which at the end of the day sustains her, gives her money. She's happy. She's comfortable. She's looking beautiful, of course. And it's unfortunate that we have to wind up. But before we do that, Muzukanji, what's your advice to a young woman out there? A young man out there who's trying to actually start a business. They may have a degree or diploma in something, or they may not have it, but they're just trying to gather up resources and build a system which will actually help them, start their business. What's your advice?
Firstly, you need to get out of your comfort zone. By comfort zone, get that degree, diploma, pack it somewhere. Get out there. And a lot of people would ask to say, okay, I want to do something, but I don't know how to go about it. Doing something that you love is step one to actually having a successful small business. Doing something that you enjoy is actually another step in having a successful business. Okay? Because if it is something that you enjoy, if it is something that you're passionate about, you're going to give it your all. So a lot of people might ask, okay, what business can I do? If someone today is going to ask me, what business can I do? I've got, I'm sure a lot of people that have asked me, they know the answer that I give. So look at the area where you are. What might work for you, for me here in Lusaka, might not work for someone who's in Gwembe. What might work for someone who is in Gwembe might not work for me who is in Lusaka. So, scan your environment. Entrepreneurship is about bringing a solution to what is missing, a need that you identify in your area. So, for example, in your area, there's no fast food outlet. There's no one who is doing that. Why not start up something in that style? I may be in an area where there are fast food outlets. Definitely, that might not be something that will work out for me. But look at the environment. Okay, what don't people have here? Then you try to bring in a solution to what is missing in that particular area. But with time, the time I went to Tanzania when I became a lead driver, I identified a small business that I feel has also brought some extra money to me. People eat every day. It's not every day that you're going to buy clothes. It's not every day that you're going to buy shoes and everything. But it's every day that people are going to eat. So with that at the back of my mind, I said, okay, since now these are my routes, I'll be driving from point A to point B. I started buying rice from Nakonde, and then I resell from here. So it's about, you look at the opportunities that you have, you grab the opportunity that every situation that you see, say, okay, how can I make money here? Because if it was someone else, I would have just driven from Tanzania to Zambia without thinking in those ends. So whatever place or whatever situation that you are faced with, look at the positive side. I'll still take you back to the time when I was bullied and everything. I was there making wrong headlines and everything. For me, I saw that as a platform where I can actually make money out of it. I do advertise even on my social media platforms at a fee. Okay? Because there are people that are following me, there are people that are interested in knowing what it is that Miz is doing, what is happening with Miz. Why not take advantage of those same people and show them businesses that people have? So it's about also grabbing, you identify opportunities, you look at how you can make extra money from whatever it is that is happening. So if there's someone who is sitting out there and thinking, okay, I'm going to get a job and everything, before you can get a job, you need to think of how you're going. You need to think of how you're going to survive, how you're going to make up some extra money. I'll still come back to. I mentioned I've done a little bit of a research here and there, and I know that I doubt if there are any civil servants who get paid more than 10,000 in the government. Okay, but then in terms of teachers and nurses, and no. So you still look at it to say, even if you were to be employed and you have that salary, it will still not sustain all your needs. True. Okay, so you must have something that is also bringing in, yes, like a side hustle. For me, Malaiti, sometimes my TSTP and the like, I just pay from the monies that I get from the page. But sometimes on a good day you have maybe 500 kwacha, sometimes 400 kwacha, daily. So I'm able to pay DSTV, I'm able to buy electricity, I'm able to do, these small things, I'm able to do them from, Yeah. So if there's someone out there who's sitting, start, thinking the entrepreneurial route. Start thinking of what you can do. Look around your area. What can you do? People that say, "How we need bed, capital," and then someone is going to pay you 100,000 and say, "Here's the money. Do something." Chances are so high that you can even misuse that money. True. But when you go out there and say, "Okay, I'm looking for this amount of money. Let me work. Let me do something to raise this money," you're going to cherish it.
Very true. Very true. Oh, there you have it. The one and only the boss lady. What's the term I'm going to use? Hustler, entrepreneur.
Hustlepreneur.
Hustlepreneur. Yeah. I thought I was getting it right, but I missed something there. I hope you got inspired like I did. I hope you got some, little knots which you can start from, just in case if you're thinking of starting a business, whatever passion you have, whatever interest you have identified, whatever problem you have identified in the area. She's given us a base from her life experience, what she feels can work out for her, and also she's given us some tips on what she feels can work out for all of us if we decide to try it out. And also remember to like our page on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and also Instagram. And remember, our show was sponsored by Wakana Coffee and Tea. Do you know our slogan? At Shana. Tell me when you're ready. Give it
I'm
there.
a very shy person. What am I supposed to say?
At Shanapo, but give it your
At-
all. You know, I know you're Bemba. You speak Bemba.
I speak Baba, but I'm not good.
Okay. Bring the Bemba vibe, you know. Bring it.
Okay.
So on 1, 2, 3, let's go. At
Shanapo.